Hello and welcome. My name is Brandis and I'm the blogger here at Grace-Filled Plate. My mission in life is to help women ditch the diet mentality and find food freedom through their faith so that they can go on and do the things that God has called them to do unburdened. So today's talk is about body image. So I got an email from a reader and I felt like it really hit to the heart of the matter of things that so many women are dealing with. I was able to relate to so much and able to share a couple of things that I felt would be beneficial to you all. So here I am on video so we can just cover a lot of ground and talk about a lot of things, and hopefully you can see and hear my heart as I'm encouraging you to turn your body image over to the Lord and find that just peace with yourself. So, gonna read the email, then I'm gonna go over a couple things. So, I'm 5'4" and 130 pounds, so I don't necessarily have a weight issue, but rather a body image issue. I've had 4 children in 3 years, and my body just hasn't gone back to what it used to be. My stomach is bigger than I would like, and I'm just not sure what to do to get it smaller. I do my best to eat well and limit carbs, tried a bunch of things, but the hardest part for me is the constant temptation of living with 4 carb-loving kids and 1 very carb-loving husband. It's hard to be surrounded by it and stand strong. Lots of negative feelings of being fat and ugly, and it's a huge battle. So my response to this young lady here was, thank you for the note. Our daughter turns 3 on July 31st, which that was last month. And I get it, my body is not the same either. To be completely honest, I've had to choose to have a better body image because the very things you are sharing. Being mean to myself over vanity pounds and fat will only make me miserable, and I'll be robbed of the full joy I want to have in this life. Much like you, I could lose these last few pounds by cutting out carbs and being super strict, but I've decided that it's just not worth it to me. Maybe cut yourself some slack and try connecting with what you truly value in life. Do you want to be known for your 6-pack abs? If so, then it's time to buckle down and get focused. However, if you're like me and your role as my wife and mom trump everything else, then it's time to reconsider what you're pushing for. It's probably not the answer you were looking for, but I hope that helps. So she wrote back and said that's exactly what she needed to hear. Sometimes we just need permission to let go of worldly ideals and just be us and just be okay and just allow ourselves to be happy. And that's where I've gotten to be. I'm definitely not where I would have hoped I would have been 10 years ago, but I'm content and it's okay. So I'm going to share a couple things with you that have helped me get there. Just through the process of battling this over the years. I mean, I recall a time when I was super thin. I mean, I look back now and see pictures and it was ghastly, right? I remember crying in the mirror because I was so fat and I didn't want to wear a swimsuit or something ridiculous like that. And so the way we perceive things in our mind are going to be what we see. Have you ever gained 10 pounds in like 5 minutes or 5 seconds based on how you're feeling? Right, you felt good and then you put on a different pair of jeans and now all you can see is the fat. So our minds are very powerful. And so these couple tips I think could really help you. So for me, I first needed to realize that I was living to a standard that I didn't even set. The world around us is full of messaging about what is ideal, what is perfect, and what we should aspire to be. Just like at some point somebody decided that like the soup spoon goes here and the salad fork goes there. Like, why on earth did they decide that? Well, why on earth did they decide that a certain size and shape is admirable? We're following after certain ideals that really have no purpose or meaning other than they became popular and they became pushed. And then they became profitable. So I had to realize that I had bought into the messaging sent to me by media and the world around me. And it was really eye-opening to see that I was just sort of taking it all hook, line, and sinker. Then I had to connect with my true values in me and others, in my faith. I had to decide where did I want to spend my time, energy, money, all of these things that are so precious and so limited. Did I want to spend them pursuing a certain body type so that my health and my relationships deteriorated? Or did I want to put those things first and let my body end up where it needed to be? I just imagine myself, when I'm older and I'm watching my grandchildren and hopefully my great-grandchildren run around, Do I want to tell them about that six-pack that I had? Do I want to tell them how like I, had perfectly beautiful skin, or that I wore a size 2 or something along those lines? Like, is that actually valuable to me or to you? So think about it. The things that you're striving for, the things that you're moving towards, the things that you're longing to have, that if you could just have them, then you could sigh and things would be okay. Are they actually going to deliver on it? And do they actually matter to you? I think of my daughter and imagine her being a teenager like I once was, and I feel so bad for my mom having to watch me go through all of those ups and downs with body image, and it just breaks my heart to think of her seeing herself as anything less than perfect. She's amazing. Every little roll, every little bump and bruise is absolutely ideal, as if it was painted by the hand of God. And just like you, there's nothing wrong other than the messaging that we spoke before about your body. So trust in the one who tells you what your worth is and connect to your true values. What do you want those around you to value? What do you value? Then, really, I did these things, but then at some point I just had to suck it up and have better body image, because there was no magic wand that was going to be waved where suddenly one day I was going to feel like I was okay, or I was better, or I was hot, right? Like, I just had to decide that this wasn't working for me. Feeling negative, pinching, checking my body, just noticing the discomfort, berating myself, comparing myself. It wasn't working for me. It was making me miserable and unhappy, and those around me could tell too. So I drew a line in the sand, I put my foot down and said, that's it. I'm just going to accept it. Not in a like, I accept it, it's so bad, but like, I accept it. I take this gift from God that He's given me of my body, and I accept it, and I'm okay with it. And you know what? Like, how I looked like changed in my eyes. That automatic 10 pounds that you can gain by negativity, you can also lose it when you become more positive. And when you begin treating yourself well, and you begin acting as if. So that was a really, really important thing for me. It was my best option. I think of the Bible, there's a moment where Jesus was teaching and things were getting a little bit tough. There was some persecution. And so all these crowds had followed Jesus, and then He was saying some hard things, and then they all left. The crowds left, and it was Him and His disciples. And He said to them, are you going to leave me as well? Like, what? This is one of my favorite things. Are you going to leave me too? And Peter just said, like, to whom shall we go? You have the words of eternal life. And I know it doesn't seem like this is related to body image, but that's what I picture. That's what I imagine. Like, what is my better option? There's no better option than to accept and be gracious and grateful for the body that I have been given. Beating myself up isn't going to get me anywhere. It's only going to make me want to eat to escape my own inner negativity. So rather, to be peaceful and calm and accepting and grateful for what God has given me. The other thing that I did was actually in line with that was I just started dressing better. For a long time, like after I had my daughter, I got these little dresses at Walmart on clearance for like $5. And they were just like one piece, pull over. They were comfortable, but I was just frumpy and I felt yucky. And I didn't have clothes that fit, and they didn't zip up, and I'd try clothes on and then I would feel worse. So I decided I was just gonna go buy some clothes for my little bit bigger body. And wow, what a difference that made. Dressing in a way that was cute made me feel cute. Dressing in a way that was like treating myself well, or like doing something that I enjoyed, it made me feel better. And so that's something that you can do as well. You can go to Walmart and buy a $7 pair of pants that make you feel great. You can go to Target and buy a great t-shirt for $2 or $3 on clearance. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be something that speaks respect and love to yourself. And I don't mean self-love in a woo-woo or negative build yourself up, but in a like, yeah, it's okay to dress nice. It's okay. I'm grateful for my body. I'm going to dress it like I'm grateful for it. And so I'm going to be sharing a link below about the resource that really helped me do that. It's called the Full Year Wardrobe Plan. It was a really neat thing this friend of mine Karina made it, and I saw it on Pinterest, and it just has a bunch of different clothing items that you can pick up inexpensively, and then she shows you how to match them together. But it was really great for me to find some things in my closet that fit really well, and then to sort of piece together little bits in here and there. So I just think if the kids are going back to school and they're getting new clothes, maybe you could grab a couple things that are gonna make you feel better too. So that's pretty much my little share. Just wanna encourage you that body image is something that is definitely in your mind, and then you can begin to experience better body image and to feel happier in your own skin by understanding that the values that have been placed in your mind are media messaging, and you don't have to own them, right? Like you're a smart woman, you can think for yourself. You can examine your values and see exactly what you do value and what you want to put your time, energy, and resources into, and do that. Then you can start to just act like you have better body image because it's your best option. And in with that, you could try to dress a little bit better so that you feel good too. So I hope that you find that helpful. If you have any questions or you enjoyed the video format, just hit reply and let me know, and I will get back to you. I'd love to hear from you. Have a great day.